So in organization or in cybersecurity world, we generally talks about controls. What do you mean by controls? In specific word, you can say what is security controls. What do you mean by security controls? Security controls term you heard a lot of times, in everyday life. If you're non-technical person or uh, you are somewhere working on a IT company, you are not a part of the cybersecurity, but you are part of the admin team, developer team, some other teams which no relation with these cybersecurity things, always come with this thing like what is this security control need to be applied. Security control is important. Security control and all those things. But what is security controls? This is what we're going to see in this video. Name implies security controls. It means it need to be do with something with respect to securing the organization's infrastructure, organization's data, information, whatsoever coming into the organization. Securing that part. When we talk about the controls, the operational guys they think about the controls are only like these hardwares which do this, which provide you the security, like say firewalls, routers, switches, uh, proxy servers, IPS devices, DDoS devices, But if you think like a cyber security engineer, and in layman term, the security controls are nothing but the any kind of prevention you have place in your organization to get security out of it, in terms of protecting whatever behind that control. It's obvious that in high level, if I say if I want to protect my network, attacks on networks, I have to implement controls like firewalls, like proxies, like DDoS appliances, like that. But if I want to protect my organizations, say, uh, accessing, little simple things like tailgating, like unnecessarily accessing someone's the information which is present into the someone's desk, or going to the data center, accessing or looking at the whatever the things are set up there, I have to protect that as well. So placing informational details in front of those doors which have the restrictive access, also we call it controls. Nowadays we heard a lot about 0 days network, 0 day infrastructure, 0 day model. 0 day model or 0 day trust model, it's all about your controls. I hope at least you should have the idea now that controls in terms of the cybersecurity is nothing but all about small big things which you applied with respect to the organization's information, data, products from which you get the protection, right? So consider you have a product based company, and your product is something which need to be accessed to the vendors who going to give you protection with respect to the controls. Also, that product need to be accessed by the users or the members of that product. So the access level for both will be the different, right? For the user level access, it has to be with respect to whatever membership they have given. Obviously, they should not have the executable access. They only need to have a read-only access or similar access, right? But the person who's somewhere, not the changes need to be happen on the product, but before that some need to be do the contributed thing. So contribution access need to be there, that need to be present out there, right? So having this access based on the roles, also you call it control access. So how you can achieve all this thing is depends on you, what things you apply over there. In simple example, for example, if I am with the organization and I have the product which I need to protect from outside malicious user, I will apply the firewall for that protection, you know. Then I'll be providing some sort of controls which only provide those outside users limited access based on their roles. Rest of the access will deny, will write all this thing in a policy. That policy is also, we call it control. So controls are nothing but anything and everything which you take into the consideration to have the prevention from some sort of attacks, right? So do not consider the security controls is something unique. It's not related to that. It's each and everything which need to be considered to prevent you or your product from those malicious things to be happen.